really hope that you're enjoying your day, your moments, your season of today as much as I am in sharing these moments with you. I ask you for 500 seconds to discuss and share or connect on resilience. Again, having more courage than vanity in our day-to-day, moment-to-moment existence here, but also to keep focus on the power of this now. Today's topic is called One Hell of a Day. Subtagline, if you're with me on my 300th episode, the Triple H, I think I'll call this one Triple H Part 4. Remember that Triple H is heaven, hell, here. So, one hell of a day. We probably have all had one or many of those. Maybe a lot of them. We certainly can remember when they have happened. As we sink into our recliner with a stiff shot of bourbon maybe, or we hunker down into that foxhole with a canteen, Army reference. Most of us have had those moments. I can proudly and safely say that during this time in this world, we sometimes have those kind of experiences even today. Yeah, of course we're still breathing, but absolutely we have to emphasize, when we have one of those, to emphasize on a day like that. One hell of a day. Whew. You gotta wonder sometimes when it happens, how you made it through that day, that moment, this moment. When you do that reflection, you gotta wonder, at least I do, how did I get through that, and to reobserve that and talk about it, but maybe philosophically, with that, cold glass of water or that stiff glass of bourbon, whatever you do. I wonder sometimes, how did I get through that? I propose this to you again, that you get to see and walk through and navigate hell here and now in this life. Let me say it again. You and I get to see and walk through and navigate hell here and now in this life. Maybe sometimes for you and me every day. But not after. Because you also get to bring your little slice of heaven with you and into and through this hell that we go through every day. That's why I'm restating the Triple H part of this discussion today. Yes, heaven with you in the real for real. I know maybe it's a bridge too far for you to consider crossing with me. But if you have heard the original Triple H episode, please listen to that. And then maybe use this one to then try and round out, does that make any sense now? Even though it might come across as not totally new, but a concept that maybe it may be a little too far for you to get there with me. But just consider it for the remaining of this discussion today. Yes, heaven with you and I here. Not after either. During this very life that you have in your heart and hands. That I have in my heart and my hands. If you're with me a few days ago, I mentioned those trips to heaven that I get every time I sleep. Well, at least we have that option to treat those respites and safe and calm retreats into the bed and into sleep as restorative and pleasurable. At least we get that perspective. Now, of course, we can choose to disrupt and complicate those quiet visits into heaven with substances or additives like TV and noise and static and drama, maybe drugs or alcohol, maybe sex. Not a bad thing. But that might be a way for us to detach ourselves from that entry into heaven. But when I go to sleep, and yes, full disclosure, I take my naps during the day. I relish that lovely, soft sinking into the heaven that the Creator has permitted me to experience and to receive and to visit. Those dreams and visions that I did not create or produce or construct, they were given to me, presented to me to enjoy and to reflect on. However, when it happens, and just roll with me on this scenario, I just have a front seat in my own theater of heaven during those dispatches and those trips to heaven. I never know when the show starts, when it started, or when it ends for this showing. It's always a premiere for me on these trips to heaven. But then that damn alarm goes off on my phone or the actual alarm clock. That tells me that the show is over, the curtain came down, time to get to work, or time for hell. But with a newly refreshed release of heaven endorphins for the next venture out or into today's also freshly brewed hell for me to experience. And to remember the part of why that I am here. Yes, to remember that I have to deliver my message, my purpose, on my mission, and from my desire and drive. Also, as a sidebar here, about a few episodes ago, I mentioned the stress of desire. Even though that pure desire and this drive might be there, right in the middle of that process is the stress that has prompted that. For good, bad, or ugly, got to decide to move forward, either to produce your drive positively or to retreat into what's negative and against your own will. But the focus on delivering my message and purpose from my desire is what I want to do. But first, from the infrastructure, always of positive, of love, and of yes. From heaven to hell and forward again into heaven, here and now. I know we didn't sleep together just now, but maybe we did dream together just a bit. So I hope you enjoyed that short trip to heaven. Thanks again. Please remember to stay safe, current and present. And to remember, it's always 8:20.